Another day, another dollar, right? That's what I was thinking. Anyway, the morning hum of the breakroom coffee machine was the most exciting thing on my agenda. I grabbed 2 cups, one for me, one for her being Anya, my partner in staring at the endless, silent void of space. As I walked back into the control room, the glow of 100 monitors lit my path. Each screen showed a different patch of quiet, predictable cosmos. Just another boring day in the galaxy-gazing business. I reached our station and saw her, completely glued to the main screen. As usual, Anya had this incredible focus, like she could will the universe to reveal its secrets just by staring hard enough. I set her coffee down beside her. She didn't even flinch. "Anything good?" I asked, settling into my chair. She just shook her head slightly, her eyes still locked on the field. I sighed and took a sip of my coffee. The warmth was comforting, a small anchor in the vast, cold emptiness we watched over. I started my routine system checks, the familiar clicks of the keyboard, a rhythmic counterpoint to the low, electronic hum of the room. It was peaceful, almost meditative. But peace, in our line of work, is just another word for boring. You spend years training, learning astrophysics, orbital mechanics, quantum theory, all to watch nothing happen 99.9% of the time. We're glorified security guards for a universe that doesn't know we exist. Suddenly, Anya leaned forward. "Mark, look! Sector Gamma 7, star G27. I pulled the sector up on my secondary monitor. Just a faint, distant star, one of billions." "What about it?" I asked, trying to see what she was seeing. "It's brighter," she whispered, her voice tight with anticipation. "I ran a quick photometric analysis. She was right. The star's luminosity was climbing, slowly at first, then rapidly. On the main screen, the tiny pinprick of light began to swell. "Whoa!" I breathed. "This wasn't supposed to happen. Not to a star like G27, a stable, middle-aged yellow dwarf." Other people in the room started to notice the commotion at our station. Heads turned, chairs squeaked as they rolled closer. The light from G27 was growing, becoming an intense, brilliant white that dominated the screen. The energy readings were going off the charts. "It's going supernova," someone behind us whispered in awe. And then it happened, a silent, spectacular explosion. A wave of pure light erupted from the star, expanding outwards in a breathtaking celestial flower. Hues of cosmic pink, electric blue, and fiery orange painted the darkness, a masterpiece created and destroyed in the same instant. The entire control room was silent, every single person captivated by the raw, untamed power unfolding light years away. It was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. A cosmic ballet of creation and destruction, a reminder of how small we really are. The light show lasted for about 20 minutes. A 20-minute display that had taken millions of years to reach us. As the initial shock wave of light dissipated, revealing a swirling nebula of gas and dust where a star used to be, the room began to stir. People started talking, excitedly, comparing readings, discussing the implications. Slowly, they drifted back to their own stations, the once-in-a-lifetime event already becoming data to be filed. But Anya didn't move. Her coffee sat untouched, cold now. "It's not over," she said, her voice barely audible. I looked back at the screen. The nebula was beautiful, a ghost of the star it once was. "What do you mean?" "The supernova is complete. Now we just watch the remnant cool." She shook her head. "No, look at the debris." I zoomed in. She was right again. The larger chunks of rock and stellar matter, instead of drifting outwards as they should, were behaving strangely. They would break into smaller pieces, and then those smaller pieces would just vanish. One moment they were there, a blip on our sensors, and the next, gone. Not fading, not exploding, just disappearing. "What is that?" I asked, a knot forming in my stomach. This was outside the textbooks. "It's like they're falling into something," Anya murmured, her fingers flying across her keyboard, running simulations. "Something that isn't emitting light or energy. Something ... empty." My blood ran cold. A black hole. But the star wasn't massive enough to form one. The models are clear on that. "The models are based on what we know, Mark," she said, finally turning to look at me. Her eyes were wide, not with fear, but with a kind of wild, exhilarating discovery. What if there was something already there? A primordial black hole, hidden in the system, and the supernova just fed it. We watched for another hour as piece after piece of the stellar remnant was consumed, winking out of existence. It was like watching a cosmic sink with the drain pulled. Then, as the last of the visible debris was gone, the space where the star G27 used to be returned to simple, empty black, back to normal. The official report was simple: an anomalous Type II supernova. The disappearing debris was classified as a sensor malfunction, a ghost in the machine caused by the intense energy burst. It was the neat, tidy explanation. The one that didn't break our understanding of physics. Everyone accepted it. It was easier. But Anya and I knew what we saw. That night I couldn't sleep. The image of the exploding star was burned into my mind, but it was the quiet, invisible consumption afterward that haunted me. We had witnessed two of the most powerful events in the universe, side by side. One, a brilliant, loud, glorious creation of new elements and new possibilities. The other, a silent, invisible, absolute end. The next morning, Anya was already at our station when I arrived. 2 fresh coffees waiting. She didn't say anything, just pointed to the screen. She had isolated a tiny patch of space near the supernova remnant. "Found something?" I asked. She nodded. "I've been running gravitational lensing analysis all night. There's a slight distortion. It's tiny, almost imperceptible, but it's there. It was a choice. We could file the report as it was written. Stick to the easy answer, the one that wouldn't get us laughed out of the astronomy community, or we could report what we really saw, what we suspected, that a primordial black hole, a relic from the dawn of time, was hiding in our cosmic backyard. It would mean risking our careers, facing ridicule. It would mean challenging everything we thought we knew." I looked at the screen, at the tiny, almost non-existent warp in space-time. Then I looked at Anya. She was smiling, that fire of discovery back in her eyes. I picked up my coffee and took a sip. It tasted like the start of a very, very interesting day. "All right," I said, pulling my chair closer. "Let's write a new report. We had a choice, to stick with the comfortable known story, or to chase the terrifying, thrilling truth. That day, staring into the quiet darkness where a star used to be, we chose the truth. And it was the most important choice we would ever make." Thanks for watching. If you've ever had to make a choice between the easy path and the right one, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories from the edge of the unknown.